So just to walk you through the first part. Once this is hot, I'm going to show you how to tell when it's hot. We're going to add that oil. We're going to swirl it around. Then we're going to add the chicken. Once you add the chicken, don't touch it. Don't move it all around. We'll tell you why in a minute. You guys ready? I have an empty wok. There's nothing in there. There's no oil. And what I'm going to do with an empty wok, don't do this with oil in there, folks. Put some water in there. It should bubble and spurt and evaporate almost immediately. That's telling you that your wok is hot. There's no sense moving forward unless your wok is hot. And now that I know my wok is hot, I'm going to swirl that oil in there, and you'll see it shimmer in there. I'm going to just swirl that around a little bit more, make sure it's thoroughly coated. And now watch this. I'm going to put the chicken in there, and I'm not going to touch it. Don't touch it. That chicken is cold. We just took it from the fridge and we prepped it. The biggest mistake when people are making chicken or meat of any kind in a pan, cold meat, the first thing they want to do is they go in there and they start stirring around. Don't do that. Put the chicken in. Where it falls, just let it sit there. And what's going to happen, it's going to start cooking it and browning it. And that coldness of the chicken, it's going to stay in the chicken and slowly get out. If you start moving it around, you're going to spread the coldness of the chicken all the way through your pan. You're going to reduce your pan temperature. What happens then is anytime when you're cooking proteins coagulate. Big fancy word means they get firmer. And as the proteins get firmer, they squish out liquid. And that liquid is going to gather in the pan. And if your pan is lower heat temperature, because you moved it around and cooled down your pan, it's not going to evaporate the water content out. And it's just going to sit there and boil in its own juices. We don't want boiled chicken. We want brown chicken. So you have to keep your pan at optimal temperature. And how you do that is by not stirring the chicken. So just let it sit there for like 30 seconds to a minute, okay? After it's been there for 30 seconds to a minute, what I want you to do is stir it around briefly, okay? Watch. And just let it sit there again. We're just letting it brown on other piece a little bit while distributing the chicken a little bit more. And as we keep doing this a little bit at a time, that chicken is going to slowly heat up without running the risk of cooling down the pan. Okay, you got that? So even if you're cooking with a wok or a large pan, same rule. Hot first, then the oil, then the meat, and leave it alone. And eventually, you'll even see now, even with the little couple of pieces that were sitting on the bottom that you can see right now, they're brown. See those little brown pieces? We achieved that already. We're achieving flavor by just leaving it alone. That means less work for you, right? You can do less work and have better flavor. Who wouldn't sign up for that? I'd sign up for that. It's all good. Now, let's sit there for a little bit more. So now we'll stir it again. And we have some nice brown chicken. Wow, that looks good. Look at that. See?